PodBois are back, and better than ever. We got a new logo in case you didn't notice on your first click of the
season.
On whatever streaming device you are using, whether it be Apple or Samsung, whatever you choose. Just make sure you listen every week because we got plenty of good USC games to cover this year. Just make sure you stay protected with them Trojans. But, sorry I had to get the first crack in. But, everybody, introduce yourselves.
We dropped our...
Oh my God, you're dropping the ball. Okay.
I was almost controversial, but I won't be.
That was the first fumble of the 2019 season.
Well, you done fumbled this intro 8 times. Anyways.
Show me the Carfax.
Anyways, we dropped our friend. He wouldn't answer my calls or texts, so I guess he fell asleep at like 7 p.m. I don't know. But we ditched Tyler. He a bum anyways.
Alright, and as always, we got
Robbie.
And from...
And Wes calling in, as always.
He's a bum. He won't drive in from Murfreesboro to Carthage. That's fake boys, first of all.
Wes is a fake boy.
I'm far too cowardly to make the hour and a half drive to record for an hour and then...
That is not an hour and a half.
Yeah.
That's like, I made it in 50 minutes at night.
I don't drive like you, though.
He's in his office.
If there's no traffic at night, if you take, like, the interstate and Linwood.
Okay.
But
Wes is a fake boy.
He's in his office, sponsored by Nobody Quite Yet. If you'd like to sponsor him, all that I'm sure that you need is to pay for his cable. So,
yeah,
that's in the works.
Not only would you help me out, but you would also help out the quality of the show, because I would actually be able to watch these games.
Yeah, Wes having to keep up with him.
Wes is just checking the box scores.
Yeah, Wes sees...
I'll just be at work, like, checking the score after the game's already over, and like, well, better study up for the PodBois episode.
Wes be like, man, this guy had 75-yard play. The next week he goes to bring him up, it turns out he broke his leg later in the game. It's like, what?
So this is the Wes Roasting Podcast early in the season?
Yep.
Tyler's not here. We done roasted Ryan before it started, so you had to catch it now.
Alright, so man, you trying to tell us what the changes to the pod are going to be this year?
Alright, so basically this year, each PodBoi is going to get 45 seconds to make their case on each game, except for our game of the week, so the best game each week, and the USC game, for obvious reasons.
Right.
We, at the end, after everyone's had their 45 seconds, we'll have like a 2-minute wrap-up of the whole team, and that'll be it. We'll move on to the next game. Hopefully that'll keep things quick and concise this season.
Yeah, it's all to stay high quality for the pod.
So we're very professional over here.
Yes.
So professional.
Basically, we rival Clay Travis, and he doesn't even know us yet. Okay?
Yeah. Clay Travis's live stream where he just like gets on the mic and just says what he's been thinking about for 45 minutes. It's awesome. We love to think about it.
Dude, alright. This is probably the first random rant of our pod, but can you imagine how awkward that had to be for him the first time? Just like, Joe sit in front of a camera and be like, yeah, these Tates are hot.
Yeah, I mean, I in the PodBois off season, I actually did a little, searching into the mythos of, the mythology of Clay Travis, and it turns out that like one of his initial like claims to fame or like reasons that he got famous
is because he boycotted.
He like did nothing but eat like pudding for like a month or something.
Why?
He was like a lawyer in like the Virgin Islands or something.
Yeah, I don't even remember what he was boycotting. It's kind of irrelevant, but you know.
But why did he eat pudding for a month? What was that boycotting?
The mainstream
we might have
media.
to pause the show to do some research on this. I don't know. Hold on.
Okay, while he's doing this research,
Well, while he's doing this research, we only have 2 games to cover for technically what is week 0, because week 1 is next week. We'll have a more in-depth preseason pod coming out next week. We'll have it out by Thursday night.
And next week, we are going to do a deeper dive into like our top 4 teams. Because maybe I'm speaking for everybody, but I don't think that we have any of the 4 teams that play this weekend in the Final 4.
I do.
Oh my, Savannah, no.
Oh my.
No.
God. Not already.
I'm just kidding.
You got Florida
I
in
don't
it?
this year. No, not Florida.
Okay, I just want to chip in here real quick. I do have some facts to bring to the podcast.
Okay, we ready?
Okay, so this is from the July 2nd, 2014, I'm sorry, October 10th, 2004 edition of Tennessean. It says, "You've heard that the proof is in the pudding, but Nashville native and Titans fan Clay Travis hopes there's also power in the pudding."
Oh, God.
Says, "For the last 27 days, the Vanderbilt Law School grad has eaten nothing but pudding. It's a pigskin protest. He wants to watch Titans games on television, but they aren't shown in his current home, the U.S. Virgin Islands."
I knew it was the Virgin Islands.
So he ate pudding?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
What is that? That's
understand.
not even a boycott. That's just like, hey, I'm eating my damn pudding. You better play the Titans in the Virgin Islands.
We need that meme of like it's just that X and Y like.
no
It
correlation.
says no correlation.
No correlation.
I mean, I would assume that he probably wrote something and sent it to like a media company, like, "Hey, by the way, I've been doing this, pudding protest," and they were like, "Oh, damn, that's crazy, dog."
Can you imagine if only Colin Kaepernick had done pudding?
Oh my God, y'all remember the Eminem song where he's like, "What if I never rapped?" That's like Clay. What if I never ate the pudding? Where would we be?
Probably a much happier world. I'm just kidding, Clay. I know you're listening to us. Like,
Clay Travis
he's
is the
definitely
spiritual
listening.
predecessor to this podcast. Watch your mouth.
I know him and Lane Kiffin are best friends. Both are just sitting around listening to this podcast. So.
All right,
Okay,
we can
we should probably
slander
move
Clay
on.
Travis all we want, but what we're not gonna do is
And
slander the Lane Train.
Yup.
That's right.
I just
Okay,
want the
well,
Lane Train
before
back
this-
at USC.
Before this gets too slanderous, we should probably move on.
Yeah, for real. Clay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, man.
I'll eat pudding for you.
Sus.
Alright. So, do y'all want to do like a quick fire top 4 first, or do you want to discuss these games first real quick?
I say we do the game, 2 games, and then our just quick fire, who we think will be the final top 4, and we'll go more in depth next week with it.
We'll do it in the order that the games are actually in. I'm pretty sure this stupid Hawaii-Arizona game. The beauty...
I'm gonna be real with you, I know nothing about this game
The
right
beauty
now.
is just the fact that you're on the beautiful beaches of Hawaii.
Is it
during
in
this
Hawaii?
game. Yup. Honestly, I just gotta go with Arizona. I think this game is going to be a little closer than people are expecting, just because
Who's expecting anything
Arizona's
about this game?
Arizona's going to should blow Hawaii out of the water. Arizona is a black horse team at IMO.
I think you're underestimating how poor of a coach that Kevin Sumlin is.
Hey man, he coached my boy Monty Manziel. Yeah, I'm going Arizona. Khalil Tate about to be fired.
Last game of the season for Hawaii, they lost 50-20 to Fresno. Nope. I'm definitely going to Arizona. That's tough. 50-20.
Well, that wasn't their last game, but
Hey y'all,
you're looking at the wrong order.
No,
They played.
that was
Louisiana Tech.
okay.
hey y'all see?
It was still a 31-14
Not
to
important,
Louisiana
yeah.
Tech.
Yeah.
Still a big loss. I was definitely looking in the wrong direction.
Y'all see? I'm pretty sure during the off season, Hawaii was like trying to send like Oregon State players, like recruitment stuff, and try and get them to come. And Oregon State's coach got ticked.
Wow.
Yeah, Oregon State is also one of the most trash Power 5 teams of all time.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. We can cut this if we need to. What game are we even talking about?
No, we're leaving that in for the fans.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
no.
Hawaii versus Arizona.
What the heck? I don't even see this.
Yeah, you gotta like look it up specifically. It's not on like the. If you
What?
pull up ESPN Week 1 games, it's not on there. You have to
Yeah.
like type in Hawaii versus
Oh, my
Arizona.
God.
And then we got Miami versus Florida next.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I mean, I'm prepared for that one because it actually shows up when you say, oh, well, what games are on?
All right,
this
Robbie,
week?
what you got?
I mean, I just got to go with Arizona. I think it's probably
Remember
gonna
Kevin Sumlin.
it's probably gonna be a shootout because both teams are pretty garbage, but Arizona has the better athletes, so that's what I'm going with.
All right, Wes, you got anything?
This game does not matter at all. I'm upset.
It's
I
definitely
was
true.
not. I wasn't informed of the existence of this game until 5 minutes ago. Actually, less.
We're gonna write Wes down as Hawaii just for fun.
Yeah, please do. I'm just actually going to take Hawaii just to be contrarian. Absolutely zero stakes on this game right now.
Yeah, y'all remember when they had June Jones? He was such a good coach. And Colt Brennan writing up the record books.
Pepperidge
Alright.
Farm remembers.
Let's see. All right, we got Savannah's favorite team, Miami, versus supposed number 8 team in the country, University of Florida.
Fake news.
Why?
A little controversial
Oh,
to make them 8, no?
Why? I don't understand why. Why are
Wow.
they 8?
A little bit of a hot take.
Who made this decision?
I mean, okay. So I think they're a better team than Miami? Question mark. But I
Lies.
wouldn't.
No, they definitely are.
I
Lies.
think they are.
But I mean, because Miami, if I remember correctly, has like a freshman quarterback, right, starting off, and
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I just
No,
don't
it's
trust,
a
like.
redshirt
I don't-
freshman.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really trust like a freshman quarterback going up against, I mean, even if, whatever, they're not the number 8 team in the country, but a pretty good SEC defense.
They also have-
I don't know.
Miami also has like a first-time head coach.
Yeah, and like, don't they have a new offensive coordinator? They got somebody from Bama.
I mean, yeah, I think
Yeah.
they have a pretty much a pretty new staff all around.
Hey, but I trust Miami's quarterback because he used to be a defensive coordinator at Middle Tennessee. So
Their
Wait, what?
quarterback?
no, their
You
head
said-
coach.
You said their quarterback.
He used to be a
Yeah.
defensive coordinator.
Well, you said their
You said
quarterback.
the quarterback.
My bad.
You're canceled.
Ryan is
Was that
canceled
Manny?
party.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was at MTSU, honestly. When
Oh.
was he at MTSU?
In like 2006.
Okay, I was about to say he's been at Miami for a while, has he not? Was he not the like defensive?
So he
defensive
just got there
coordinator
in
or something?
2016.
Yeah.
Well, I knew he'd been
came
there
there with
before
Rick.
this year.
He
is what
been
I'm
jumping
saying.
around low
Yeah,
key.
he came there with Rick. He got hired as the
Was
head
he
coach
the-
at Temple, and he was
He was
the
a
head.
defensive coordinator.
He was the head coach at
Damn
Temple for
defensive
like a
coordinator.
month, and then
Asset.
Rick retired, and Miami hired him.
Yeah, he been.
I knew that the defensive coordinators who the head coach was.
Yeah.
I just didn't realize he'd only been there for 2 years.
All right, I got one line to say about this game. This game is being played in Orlando, I'm pretty sure. That's at least where the college game day is at Disney World. That's where dreams are made of. This redshirt freshman in his first ever start is going to get a win over a top 10 team.
Wow.
The Hurricanes.
We love to see it and think about it. It's great.
Well, I just want to start. Sorry, Ryan,
Go off.
by saying Florida.
Yee.
Yep.
For sure.
And
Hey,
as,
our first beep of this.
yep, I had to
We
get
all
that one
felt
out of the
that.
way.
Go off, King.
As much as I want Miami to win this game, and I really want Miami to win this game, I can't pick them
It's not happening.
because I think Florida's defense is still going to be decent, and Miami, like I said, Miami has a first time head coach, a new quarterback, probably a new system. I'm going with Florida.
So what'd you pick?
No, I'm gonna go obviously
Oh, no.
Miami, but
Don't do it.
I do have reasons. Okay, it's not like Manny is just like some random dude that just came in.
No, they just found him off the street.
He's been with this team. He's been with the guys. He knows them. He knows the system they've been running. So he should be able to do something with them. Maybe he saw some stuff when Rick was head coach, so he was like, oh man, this guy's a dumbass. Let me change this up. So he's going to jump in. He's going to change things up. It's not the first time. This won't be the first time that Miami has a good season on a first-time coach.
Okay.
That's my hot take.
All right. Now, Wes, who you got?
I'll just quote the great Andre 3000 to my good friend Savannah. Don't do it. Reconsider. Read some literature on the subject. And just say that I don't see it happening. We go with Florida for the same reasons enumerated earlier. I mean, it's like, you coach, you quarterback, he's probably what, 19, 20 years old? And
yeah, he's young. His
Dude,
knees ain't hurting yet.
They're all like 22.
well, okay, but you also have like guys who are 24 or 25. And
He hasn't taken like a college snap yet, and his first snap in college is going to be against the number 8 team in the country. Now, like we said, they might not deserve that ranking, but
they're still a good team.
it's going to be
it's a make or break moment.
It's going to
for
be a
him.
pretty solid SEC defense he's going up against.
Although, I mean, to Savannah's credit, I will say, like, it wouldn't surprise me if Miami, surprised everybody here at all.
No, and I hope that I'm wrong.
Florida's just a 7-point favorite, so it's not like they're favored to win by a lot.
But my gut would say Florida, and I would probably only put 7 to 10 points on it, honestly.
I hope that we're both wrong, Wes. I hope Miami wins, but I can't make myself pick them in this situation.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not be biased this year.
I've been listening to my Miami songs in the car.
Oh my god.
There's one by Uncle Luke and one by Trick Daddy, and I've been listening to them.
What?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little bit hyped up about Miami right now, so I am biased for sure.
So I was about to go run through a wall for Manny Diaz.
I'm, drinking out of my Miami cup right now. It's got a big U on it.
Man,
so
you drinking on a Wednesday night?
We drank.
Hey, it's the summer. I mean, it's still hot girl summer, so technically.
Boy, I done been teaching for 2 weeks. It ain't hot girl summer no more. It's
Okay,
crying in the classroom fall.
It's responsible teacher fall, actually.
That's why my voice is gone, because I've been screaming at kids all week. Not really, but I have been screaming at my soccer girls, because, y'all across the field.
So, just a quick sidebar. If Robbie's saying he's going to try to be responsible with his takes this year, can I be the opposite and just be really just irrational?
Go for it.
Okay. I'm going to be a complete homer this year and just only pick teams that I like or have some affiliation with.
Wes going to take Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Idaho, let's see.
Idaho's actually in the FCS now.
Oh, God, I forgot about that. Yeah, never mind.
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, Idaho is not going to be winning the championship this year, unfortunately.
It's actually kind of sad. I mean, to me, it is kind of bullshit that, like, you have a team like Idaho who, like, let's be honest, like, they probably don't deserve to be in the FBS. But, like, at least they gave it a shot, And then you have teams like North Dakota State where they regularly beat FBS programs, and they don't move up specifically so that they can, like, keep racking up easy championships. You know what I mean? Is that a hot take?
It's kind of like Clemson, dude. They should just move up to the NFL. Like, they're just like Clemson, Alabama, just move.
Well, that's like the inevitable take that every writer, for some reason, gets tasked with writing at some point. Like, or there's at least once every year where it's like,
how would Alabama do in the NFL?
Yeah, could Alabama hang in with the NFL's worst team? And it's like, no, they couldn't. Everybody knows they couldn't, but we're still writing those takes.
Yeah, because every one of those guys is like Alabama caliber. But,
right.
I think that's why, like, we really need to move into what y'all been doing on NCAA 14 is that relegation and promotion.
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean, I really like it just because it actually rewards, good play, and it punishes like bad play, which is ideally something you would want to, implement in a supposedly competitive sport. But that's just,
I think it would also benefit like the bigger schools like Tennessee and Miami, where like they've, for the most part, the last decade have struggled. They could go down and start winning games again,
right?
and like start getting recruits, and then go back up and be able to compete instead of just getting their teeth kicked in every week.
Right. Yeah, obviously it won't happen because we can't even get that to happen with like soccer in America, much less football.
Yeah.
So,
Well, dude, we can't even get that to happen on Fortnite. Okay, that's been a big debate right now. Is to have be matched with people around your same skill level, and then you move up or move down or whatever. No, it ain't even happening on Fortnite. It ain't happening in college football.
guys, I guess you should
schools
clarify. You should clarify that Savannah has become a pro gamer.
Basically, I'm gonna beat Booga in the next World Championship.
And fun
I'm gonna fund the PodBois for eternity. We will pick heirs.
Yes, God.
Alright, y'all trying to do like a quick fire? Y'all want to wait until next week for that?
For like what?
Our
The final
top
four.
four.
Let me just go ahead and rattle off real quick.
Sure.
Alright,
Doesn't hurt.
guys. So I've been debating this.
Ryan, I'm just gonna go ahead and
he's
say
gonna
this:
put-
if
he
you
puts
put TCU
TCU
in your top four, I'm coming across this table.
No, guys.
Y'all don't even have a quarterback.
Oh, we've actually not decided on that yet. Actually, but
Actually, have you actually?
okay. So as I was looking, there's a scenario where Alabama, LSU, and Georgia at the end of the conference championship game could have a combined 2 losses.
Oh my God.
And one of those would be the Alabama LSU loser, and one would be the conference championship game. So there could be 3 SEC teams, but I don't think that chaos is happening this year, guys. I think we only gonna have one SEC team, LSU, and then we're gonna have
Is that your number one?
no, not number 1.
Oh my
Is that your
God.
four?
That's my number 3.
How's Alabama falling that far?
Why did you skip number 4?
Why did
Oh yeah,
you need to go in order?
number 4, Oklahoma. That's obvious. Number 3, LSU. All right. Number 2. This is a hot take, guys.
I swear to God.
Nebraska.
What?
That is a
They've
hot
got
take.
an easy path,
That is a hot take,
but Nebraska is on the come up behind my boy Scott
They're ranked
Frost.
24.
And then
What's
number
their
1,
What's their
Clemson.
season?
hold up, I'm checking their schedule.
Let me investigate this. That's a hot take.
Clemson
Okay,
has
no. Nebraska, they play 2 ranked teams all season, and one of those might not be ranked by the end of the season because they're 19 right now.
their only
All
hard
they
game
have
is
to
Ohio
do-
State.
They only have to beat Ohio State, and then they play South Alabama, Colorado, Northern Illinois, Northwestern, Minnesota, Indiana, Purdue, Wisconsin, Maryland, Iowa.
They got it.
Okay, but think about this. If you have a pretty good prestige team that's got 1 loss versus Nebraska.
They'll always put in a 1-loss Alabama team over an undefeated Nebraska team.
Oh, Alabama is losing 2 games.
I will say, Ryan, that's a hot take, but I like it. Because
That's one of those things where it's possible, but I'm not gonna hold my breath
I
on it.
wouldn't bet the house on it or nothing, but it's possible.
My big thing against Alabama and Georgia is their quarterbacks in Tua and Fromm are good, but if they get hurt at all, their backups are not that good.
They don't have backups because they all transfer out.
And Clemson's schedule is easy enough that they can live off a backup, I think. So, my 4 is Oklahoma, LSU, Nebraska, and Clemson. Locked in.
Brian, I'm going to just go ahead and say it. You should probably find a betting website, put down a relatively small amount of money on that, because if that actually does happen, I mean...
I'd win cash.
Just save up some money, put $100 down.
Yeah. Oh no!
And then if it happens, just.
I also want to say there's only one smart person in the AP poll voting because only one person gave a vote to USC. So the Trojans.
Damn.
They're gonna be.
Miami had 70 votes. I did see that.
TCU had 57. I wasn't giving someone 57 votes. Army had more votes than us.
Yeah, Army had 94.
That's trash. Alright, so who's your 4?
Alright. I'm going to be pretty basic. I think there'll be 2 SEC teams in there. I think it'll be out.
Alright.
Can I help you, bitch? I think it'll be Alabama. LSU will be in the top 4. I think LSU will be ranked 4. Oklahoma will be 3. Alabama at 2 and Clemson at 1. That's not really any hot takes. That's just what I see happening.
Who'd you have at 3?
Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go Clemson at 1. Alabama at 2. But at 3, I'm going to go with Texas. And 4, I'm going to go with Oregon.
Ooh,
I could see Oregon.
The Pac-12 finally makes it back.
I think, y'all know I was big on Texas last year. I'm on the Tom Herman train. I think he gets them in there this year. I think they probably get boat raced by Alabama or Clemson if they play one of those two. But I see them getting in. And I think Herbert can put the team on his back this year and get Oregon in the top 4.
I think that we'll know about Oregon first week. That's
I might have to change.
That's their hardest game.
I might have to change my top 4
week.
after the first week.
Yeah, that's one of their hardest games. They play Auburn. I mean, they also have a few ranked opponents right now: Stanford, Washington State. I mean, they have 4 ranked teams they have to play.
I could see them getting in.
West be like that Chip Kelly, Marcus Mariota connection. Really be hitting though.
Look, I'm not that far back on my cable viewership.
Hey, Wes, who you got in your 4?
Okay, so after giving this a lot of thought and consideration, and by that I mean I've been doodling for the last 15 minutes.
Oh,
Okay. So here's my thesis. Are you ready?
Watch, this could be the one that's going to be right.
So we live in the worst possible outcome. Just the worst timeline. Everything's bad. All the movies that come out are bad. They're all owned by one corporation. It's just bad. Everything's bad. And we live in hell world. And
We should start a union.
I've fully embraced that we live in hell world. And as a result, okay, I'm just going to get into it. So number 4, okay, you've got BYU. Why did I put?
I will kill myself.
Why did I put BYU? Think about it. Okay, me and Robbie were talking about this beforehand. Either BYU is going to languish in obscurity, and Tennessee will, narrowly beat them this year when they play them, or the only other possibility, mathematically, is that BYU just shocks the college football world. Okay, they put up 50 on Tennessee, and they go on to win every single game, all of them, and they play USC, by the way.
They're not beating.
They beat our Trojan boys.
I just want to go ahead and say that if they hang 50 on Tennessee, you can put me on suicide watch.
What you in turn puts West?
Alright, okay. Alright, so they're at number 4. They're in. You can go ahead and just consider it done. And this plays into my hell world theory, okay? So I'll get to that in just a second. Okay. Number 3, OU. Okay, Oklahoma. We're gonna have.
Ohio University or something?
No, no, it's Oklahoma. It's the Sooners. And it's pretty standard from here on out. Number 3, Oklahoma Sooners. Number 2, Bama. Number 1, Clemson. Okay, Clemson is starting out the season number 1. Okay, I don't think they'll lose a game, so they shouldn't, go down to number 2 or whatever. I think Bama should win out, make it to the, to the Final Four or whatever. And then, so this plays into the Hell World thing, right? Because you'd have this underdog BYU team.
Awesome. God, if he says they won the national championship.
You got me shook.
Okay. So you have this underdog BYU team. Everybody's so inspired by these just, extremely, Chad-looking young Mormon men who are never shown the outside world. They can't even leave campus unless it's to go on mission trips.
Dude, I bet their turnout is just amazing with all their wives.
Right.
I'm sorry to any Mormon viewers.
President Trump tweets out, "We love to see our BYU. We love it." For some reason, he becomes a fan. The whole nation is enthralled, in this Cinderella story. And what happens? They play Bama in the first round, and they get beat 63-10.
But they would play Clemson.
Yeah, they would play Clemson if you have Clemson at 1.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did mess that up. I'm sorry. Okay, so they play well either way. They play Clemson and get beat 56-10.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and that's why it's Hell World, because then Bama would beat OU, and we would have a repeat. Because
wouldn't that be 5 years in a row if it's Clemson Alabama again?
Yeah, but we live in Hell World.
And Clemson won last year, so it's
I always take
Alabama.
the Hell World pick or take. And so my take is that just like, how every movie that comes out is either, part 9 of a superhero franchise or it's a reboot of some random 80s movie or whatever. We're going to have that, but it's just going to be in the college football world. The version of that we would have is just Clemson and Bama trading titles every other year.
Yeah, it's like literally any politician anywhere. Like, you got something you trying to hide? Let's throw in something like beautiful or worse.
Well, you have to throw the people. You have to give. Look, okay, the Romans understood this. You have to give the masses, something to gawk at, while the real Hell World shit is going on in the background. Okay, you got barbarians at the gate. You got, Colosseum on fire. Whatever, doesn't matter. Just throw a circus. Throw a gladiatorial combat. We love it. Don't we love it? We love our gladiators, our big strong boys. That's it.
Maybe that's why we should end the pod.
On a side note, Neyland might burn down. If they hang 50 on us, because
that's Hell World.
Well,
that's Hell World.
Alcohol sales got approved in Neyland, and that's the first week that it starts is the BYU game. So can you imagine 102,000 drunk Tennessee fans if BYU hangs 50 on us?
But Tennessee might want it, because can you imagine the profits they'd be having?
There's going to be a lot of...
It's like...
I saw someone said that they were wanting to implement... I don't remember what team it was wanting to implement a system where, the louder the crowd is, the cheaper the beer is.
Oh, no.
Ooh. That could get dangerous.
Savannah says that she's casually playing Fortnite on the podcast.
I am totally focused on...
She's addicted.
Yeah.
There's
hey, first of all,
a
Ryan,
daily challenge that is tonight. I've got to do it.
You should be a little more considerate, because that's how she's going to fund the podcast.
Oh, that's a good point.
Exactly. I'm just trying to grind.
Kids, if you're listening, don't go to school. Play
Fortnite.
Kids, go to school, please, for the love of God.
If you pick up a book, it better be like a training guide for Fortnite.
So anyway, but that's my take. BYU gets in number 4, then it's OU, Bama, Clemson, and I don't know, flip a coin, Bama, Clemson, whatever. Hell World.
Well, I also didn't pick my games, but I don't know. I'll do a deeper dive next week as do the analytics on how far Nebraska's actually going to make it in this Final Four. But That's all I got.
That's all I got.
Anyone got anything else?
You know, I gotta get back to Fortnite. You know how it is.
You gotta grind.
All right. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this pod and stay tuned till next week. Just replay this. Maybe this is like 30 minutes. Just replay it all week. 30 minutes. Get our streams up.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Until next time. PodBois! Out!